From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is The Night Beat, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Shenk with your headlines for Wednesday, September 24th. We begin with a developing story out of Lincoln. Federal prosecutors are unsealing a shocking indictment against the former executive director of the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission involving fraud, extortion, and alleged favors at Lincoln strip clubs. Investigators say 58-year-old Hobart Roop protected the liquor licenses of two clubs partly owned by 45-year-old Brent Zywick in exchange for free drinks, cash, and sexual acts over several years. Prosecutors also allege he targeted competing businesses and accessed law enforcement databases to track dancers.
Roop was appointed to serve on the public's behalf and with the public's interests in mind, but he chose to put his personal greed and his vices ahead of that responsibility.
Roop, who had served since 2004, was suspended without pay in May after a federal search warrant at the commission. He faces multiple federal charges, including fraud and extortion, and could serve up to 30 years in prison. Staying in Lincoln, a 16-year-old is in state custody facing felony charges after a gun and more than 70 rounds of ammunition were found in his parents' car outside Lincoln Southeast High School Tuesday. The teen, at the school for a suspension meeting, told officers the gun belonged to his brother and he had no plans to hurt anyone. Officials say the weapon never entered school grounds. He's charged with possession of a firearm at school, a Class 4 felony. In the courts, 29-year-old Rachel Pogler, accused as an accomplice in 23-year-old Carly Schaaf's murder, was sentenced today on a separate federal gun charge. She'll serve 3 years of probation after already spending nearly 2.5 years in custody. The firearms conspiracy stemmed from a search during the murder investigation that uncovered multiple handguns and ammo allegedly tied to gang activity. Meanwhile, the brother of the man convicted in Schaaf's murder, 20-year-old Danielle Barraza, is expected to have his sentence handed down tomorrow. He took a plea deal on accessory to manslaughter charges, facing up to 3 years in prison. In other developments, the Washington County Sheriff's Office says a man's body was pulled from the Missouri River north of Blair. Officials received a call about the body on Monday, and rescue crews recovered it along the riverbank today. An autopsy is underway to identify the man. And Mary Lanning Healthcare announcing a leadership change at the Hastings Hospital after more than a decade. Eric Barber, president and CEO for 12 years, is no longer with the organization. The board did not provide a reason, but thanked Barber for his contributions and will begin a search for a new CEO. Effective today, David Zeckman steps in as interim CEO. He has led multiple hospitals nationwide and founded the Zeckman Group, a healthcare consulting firm. Now check out this video of a car fire in Northeast Lincoln this afternoon. Fire crews used foam to extinguish the blaze on a Corvette. The owner told 1011 he had just parked the car when it burst into flames, damaging most of the front end. Locally owned shops like the Coffee House on O Street are feeling the pinch as coffee prices rise. A 10% tariff on all imports, along with a 50% tariff on Brazilian beans since August, has increased the cost of beans nationwide. For the first time in a decade, the shop raised menu prices just a quarter per drink.
And we've been trying to avoid it as much as we can and mitigate the costs of the tariffs, the increasing coffee prices, so that our customers stay happy. And, some people can not notice a quarter, but other people, a quarter can really make or break their ability to even come in and patronize local stores.
Schreiner adds they hope to avoid further price hikes while maintaining quality and customer loyalty. Lastly, in sports, beyond the Big Ten Championship, volleyball teams are playing for the Discover In-Season Volleyball Challenge. The 5-week series runs Wednesday, October 1st through Friday, October 31st, tracking weekday matches. This is a promotional challenge and won't change any scheduled dates, opponents, or match times. Rounding out your night beat is a check of the 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to The Night Beat, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln. Watch, listen, and stream on the 1011 app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.